Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's a wonderful Friday here in the Bay. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's doing all right. It's a nice Friday here. Friday the 13th, as it is, right? I hope everyone's doing all right. Nothing bad happened to you at work or at school or whatnot. You know, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay in the end. You know, after all. Yeah, it was a pretty good day. Pretty good week. I had a pretty decent week, and you know, it's we're living in very tricky times, aren't we? Very uncertain times. Very uncertain times. And I don't really know where life's gonna take us. What's gonna happen in 10 years? What's the world gonna look like in 5 years? I don't know. I, for one, despite the general consensus, I'm actually rather optimistic. There are certain things that are not going quite well, as I'm sure many of you are aware, but I'm saying I forget where I heard this saying, but it was this isn't here to stay, this is here to pass. So, if you're going through a hard time right now, just know that it's not here to stay. It's here to pass. And you can get through it. Absolutely, 100%. Certain decisions in life might be kind of harder to figure out. But try to see the bright side of things. habits, any drinking, smoking, or doing any kind of drugs that you're going to regret later on. Don't make any poor, rash financial decisions. Try to look after yourself. And, despite troubled times, we can all get through it together. Because I think we all need to somehow reunite as a family, globally and nationally. Somehow we need to bring love back into the equation, which I think it's kind of really not been there for a while, has it? And my concern is the younger generation right now that's coming up through all this, thinking that this is the norm. Excuse me, I need to get my bunny out of here. No. No. I can't ever go back there. That's where all the wires are. I can't. Nope. So I hope, I just have, for my entire life, I just have always taken an affinity to the piano. It's always been my, it's been my outlet for me. And I don't really like performing live. I certainly don't like performing like rehearsed music or practiced music. I really enjoy letting my mind wander and do the painting in my fingers. And using my ears constantly to adjust. Sucker for chromatic medians. You're going to hear a lot of those third and sixth relationships whenever I improvise. Sudden pivot modulations. Can you hear this is wanting to go? Can you hear what I want to do next? Is that what you expected? How about this? Take you on a little bit of a harmonic journey. That's why I just love doing. I don't like resolving to the most obvious thing, though you need to resolve to the obvious thing, otherwise you're gonna feel lost. So I do have like I just love this little thing. I'll never shut up about it. It's like when you grew up as a kid, you had like your favorite colors, or your just a look of something that you just really found attractive. Maybe like your favorite car, or um, maybe a favorite toy or whatever it might be. It's just a look to it, and it's just a certain kind of affinity to it that you can't explain why you like it, but you just like it. Like a certain food, maybe that's a better analogy. And I just love. Ready? Get a minor chord, drop the outer two notes down, and keep the middle note the same. It's a reharmonization. It does create parallel fifths, which is why I suspect it wasn't used. It's not very. It's kind of rare to find in like classical music and whatnot. But like in the Romantic era, they really started, having a lot of fun with this. I don't know, it's just. And then you right here. Cycle. So like let's say you start on let's start in G minor. You can it's better to have the third in the soprano on the top so that you can really hear everything else drop underneath it. I think that's what makes this really absolutely gorgeous. So you want to sit on this harmony. Now we're in F sharp major, and then you can drop down to D sharp, the relative, right? Yeah, relative minor. I always get relative and parallel confused. And then you can do the same thing. Now you're on the minor. Make sure that third is in the top, the soprano, and then just when you want to, just drop it down. Now we're in D major, and then B minor, relative minor again. Drop it down again. We should do that, right? Now we're in B flat. G minor, and then the circle continues. So the whole progression: G minor, G flat. I'll call it F sharp major. It's relative minor, which is D minor, D sharp minor, and then D major. There it is. B minor, B flat major, and then you're back into G minor. It's just this endless loop. It's really nice, kind of cyclical progression that just really doesn't. It never really resolves. But it's always like shifting and shifting down by a little bit and a little bit. It feels like it's always moving forward somehow. And I mean, like, I'm sure no one will ever get tired of listening to that. It's just so good. And then at any point, you can treat any of these minor chords as like a 2/6, as like a seventh chord, as a 2/7 chord. and then just resolve it. Just go 2 5 1. Yeah. So at any point, it's a cool thing. You can just branch out. You can just use this as like a little modulation, cycle. So like just again, start in G minor. Okay, F sharp major, and then G minor. There's your two. Oh boy, two of what? Two. I'm hearing it. Two of B flat minor. There it is, B flat minor. Yeah. And then you modulate to B flat minor. Again, start on G minor. F sharp. No, that's good. D minor, D major. You can also do the same thing for the a little bit simpler, but you can also take any of these major chords you land on and just throw a 7 on top of it and just treat it as a dominant chord and then just resolve. So you can go. Actually, you could go several places. I could hear this going. You could resolve it there. You could also. I mean, God, there's so many things you could do here. Isn't it cool? You could treat it as an augmented 6 chord. And resolve it there. I mean, gosh, you could do. What else could you do here? Too. You can bring the outer two notes in the second inversion, and keep it in, and then it becomes an F major becomes a D major in first inversion, and then you can also ooh. You can do that. You can do that. That's nice. Yeah, oh, this is cool. Look at this. That's kind of cool. And then, hold on, what is it? I'm hearing it. Let's see if I can find it. What was that? I forgot. I missed it. What was it? Second inversion chord in the right hand, drop it down a half step. What did I do? Oh, that's what I did. Okay. Is that what I did? Oh, I dropped my thumb. That's what I did. Okay, drop that as well. Okay, I'm not thinking clearly, obviously. So let's see. So you are on G minor. We've got, what is this? F sharp. Those come in, becomes a D major first inversion. F major. Bring that in. There we go. Okay, so that comes down. Okay, C major now. Might be a good place to start in C major. So C major first inversion. This is a cool little sequence. So the pattern is that you're keeping. So if we just we'll start here on C major. So start on a C major chord with C and G in the right hand, so a perfect fifth, and the E being taken up in the bass. Let's see if I get this right. How do I start this? Okay, so start this way. So yeah, okay. So the pattern is we're trying to descend chromatically in our left hand, or we're trying to keep these nice little here. So top stays the same. Thumb goes down a whole step, so it becomes an E flat major chord. And now you have the sixth in your right hand, and you can bring those two notes in by a half step while leaving the bass alone. Oh, Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that cool? So it's like a really big shift in its tonal sound. So just to play that back, C major. Yeah, so that's already a pretty stark shift. But then, and then we start to cycle over. Now we're on a second inversion B major chord, and we're just kind of walking down chromatically. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have to move that down so it becomes a D major chord. Oof. No, it has to be whole step and thumb, yeah. And this also really encourages good voice spacing as well. Like this is can be really played very very nicely, spaced apart with like several instruments. And it is a closed loop pattern. It doesn't go to every single key. Well, hold on. It might. Let me see what we've got here. Yeah. Yeah, because we're going down chromatically, so. Chords are going from G major to B flat major. And it's nice that the major chords land on we land on a nice open major chord as well in each one of these. Nice little voicing. That's right. What was my pattern? Anyway, yeah. What are the chords for this? Oh, let's see. Oh, it sounded something. I should know this. D minor. Oh, of course it's yeah, it's just B flat. That's all there is to it. Okay. Yeah. So it's in mode. It's very modal. It's in Aeolian, I believe. Pure natural minor. Yeah. No C sharps. It's just in. Yeah, it's just that. nice. Oh, it's dark. Sound of darkness for sure. No, that's a little. No, that doesn't. That kind of clashes, doesn't it? That doesn't work. Ooh. Oh, yeah. What is a major? So they have to be Mixolydian then, right? It works actually. Works really well. Yeah. Yeah. That no, it sounds so wrong. It sounds, it's you're so used to hearing it minor, but isn't that funny? It just sounds so kind of like yada yada yada. It's of silence. Ever do that? I don't know. I love doing that. I feel like it's a very musician-y thing to do, where you play something you know really well, and if it's in a major key, you play it in a minor key. And if it's in a minor key, you try playing it in a major key and just see what happens. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it just sounds very pedantic. um, I was practicing this earlier. Let's see if I know. Dusting this one off. What is it now? No, it's G major. That doesn't work, does it? Okay, I think my rabbit is tearing into something. Hold on. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Need to do less trouble. All right. about that one for a second. Well, I love doing stuff like this. Just kind of going on a very harmonic journey, trying to see if you can anticipate what chord's going to come next. That's something I like to play with a lot. Is just playing on one chord, just doodling on that, and then just shifting around harmonically. It's a lot of fun to do, and it really kind of challenges your ears quite a lot. Of like, oh, I could go here, I could go here, I could go here. I mean, throw in some 2-5-1s every once in a while, but um, I don't know, just playing with your basic garden variety chords that and harmonies. I mean, I'm not doing anything fancy here. I'm not throwing like a sharp nines or 11s or whatnot in here. Too many upper extensions or whatnot. I mean, I think I'm doing maybe some major seventh chords every once in a while and some ninths, and we got sus here and here or two, but pretty much keeping it very triadic though. I mean, you know. How's that? That kind of fun? What if we do? that? Ooh, like a reverse pickety third. It's a little stark though, isn't it? It's really, really sharp. It's very, very stark. You know, huh? It's kind of yeah. Regular pickety third works very nicely when used effectively. Yeah. So the way I improvise, like I mentioned earlier on the stream, is I like moving harmonically from one place to another unexpectedly, and try to keep you on your toes. Um, it makes my music a little. I feel like it makes it a little bit hard to anticipate, but I do again throw in like some 2-5-1s in there just so we can land on a tonic. We can tonicize something. I do repetitions and stuff like that, but you can tell I kind of have one pattern. um, it's very organic, very fluid, but it's just the way I play. It's the way I play, and that's how I hear things. Um, that's how I hear things. Yeah. The one thing I haven't played with too much is Phrygian mode again. Wait, that could be kind of good. Huh. One, two, one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three. One, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, one, two. That'd be 3 plus 3 plus, so 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2, right? So that's 9, so that's 11. So that's an 11. Uh, huh, so. Needs to be on a G, not an A. who's gonna actually use that. You actually think about it. think we're gonna end it there. Have a good night, everyone. See you guys next time.